Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well, and if you're not, then cheer up because I'm sending you a big cyber hug. Is that what you call it? Yeah? No? Anyway, if you're not having the best day, then I hope this video will somehow help you or cheer you up. Today I'm going to be talking about like self-confidence, self-worth, self-love, self-acceptance, all that sort of stuff, because I feel like it's a really important topic that not many people really talk about and people are sort of afraid to speak up about. And I've wanted to talk about this for a while now, but I wasn't really sure like what I was gonna say, but I've been thinking about it, and I asked you guys on Instagram and Snapchat to send me through some questions, and you guys have, so I'm really excited to talk about this now. I just want to quickly say before I get into this, thank you so much to everyone for all your like amazing comments on my recent Q&A. I did not expect to get that sort of a reaction from you guys. I didn't realize you guys were like gonna connect with me in the way you did. You know, I've always wanted to sort of create that connection between you guys and me, but I never actually thought that in that video you guys would feel the way you do, and I'm really glad that I helped you guys and that you sort of feel that connection with me. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for everyone who left an amazing comment. I love you guys so much. So, self-confidence. Where do we start? So we all know that self-confidence is a hard thing. It's hard to feel confident in yourself, and it's hard to love yourself because we're surrounded by like all these ideas of things that are meant to be perfect and all this stuff. And especially with social media around us these days, it's like you see all this stuff on social media and you see all these people on social media and you see how things like look so perfect, and you feel like, I feel like the world, like this society, like we've got like this image where we feel like that's how we have to dress, that's how we have to do our makeup, that's how we have to do our hair, that's what we have to eat, that's what we have to do. Like, no. Social media is like all this sort of imaging on social media, like this idea of what is meant to be and what is perfect, like that is all bullshit. Now for this whole entire video, just stop thinking about that. If you're on your phone right now, put your phone down, get out of Instagram, stop stalking all these hot Instagram models, because that's not real life. These people that look like they're having an amazing life, that is not real. It's just not real, okay? Even I sometimes sit down and look at Instagram and I'm like, oh, like I wish I had her life and all this stuff. And she looks like she's got it so much better than me, she's got a better body than me, she's got better face than me, she's better than me, all this stuff. And you sort of start to sink into this thing where you're feeling like down about yourself. But then I sit down and I think about it more and I'm like, wait. Do this sometimes. If you're ever feeling shitty about yourself, go on your Instagram page. This is what I do. I go on my Instagram page and I just pretend that I'm someone else, someone who doesn't know me, and I sit on my Instagram and I scroll through my pictures and I think, wow, like this girl looks like she has the time of her life. Like she's always traveling, she's always, you know, doing all this cool stuff, she's always like got new outfits and she's always having fun, and like she looks like she has an awesome life. Like, why can't I be like that? And I'm thinking, and I'm like, that's probably what people think about me. And then I'm like, well, realistically, no, my life isn't perfect. My life isn't always rainbows and unicorns and butterflies and smiles. My life isn't always fun and traveling. Like, I'm not always happy. Yes, I have my down days, and yes, I have my days where I lay in bed and I cry myself to sleep. Like, we all have those days, but obviously we're only going to be posting all the good stuff on social media. We're going to be posting the times where we're happy, where we look good. We're not going to be posting us crying and us looking like our worst and us with all these pimples all over our skin. Like, that's just, we're not going to be posting that. So before you like go on someone else's profile and look at their thing and feel shitty about yourself because you think they're so perfect and their life is so good and you have none of that, think about what I'm telling you right now, because their life isn't perfect. They have their ugly days. They are not perfect. They're obviously going to pose on their good side to make them look perfect in every way, when really we all have a shitty side that we obviously aren't going to post because it's a shitty side. You know, everyone has their down days. Everyone cries themselves to sleep sometimes. Everyone goes through shit. So don't think that anyone else's life is all Starbucks and holidays and being perfect and having designer handbags and, you know, all this stuff, because it's not. And I just want to put that out there because I feel like that is the whole reason why people feel shit at themselves. And like this is, I've got like these little notes in front of me that I'm sort of like looking at and some key things that I need to talk about. And so this is sort of where this first thing ties in. And this next thing I'm going to say is something that you probably hear a lot of the time and you probably just think, yeah, like, okay, you don't really think much of it. But let me just tell you, you're beautiful. And just say this to yourself all the time. Just tell yourself that you're beautiful, because we're all beautiful. We're all beautiful in our own way. We all have our strong features, we all have our flaws, but that's what makes us beautiful and unique. Like you look at a flower and you think, wow, like that is beautiful because it's unique, it's pretty, it's got its nice colors. It might not be the prettiest flower in the garden, it might not be the most perfect shaped flower in the garden, but it's still beautiful because it's different and it's got its own beautiful features. So I just want everyone that's watching this to just pause this video right now and just tell yourself that you're beautiful and that you're not perfect, and that's okay. So please just pause this video right now, say it out loud, say it, just say, I'm beautiful, I'm not perfect, and that's okay. Because it is okay, because nobody's perfect. And if we were all perfect, then what would be the point of living? What would be the point of trying to be a better person, trying to grow, trying to improve? Like there would be no point, because we'd all just be perfect. And what would even be the point of living? What would be the point of being here if we were all the same and we were all perfect? No. So I know a lot of you probably didn't just pause that and say it, but for those of you who did, good on you. I'm sending you a big hug. I'm going to be sending lots of hugs in this video. And I feel like a lot of people with self-confidence issues feel like they're not good enough, or they feel like they're not good at certain things. Like you might think, oh, you know, you might feel shit about yourself because you're not as good at makeup as the girls on Instagram. You might think, oh, I'm not as good at maths as my friend is at school, and so you feel shit about yourself. But here's the thing, we are all unique and we were all born with different abilities. We're all born to be good at different things and to be bad at different things. There's not someone who's good at absolutely everything, and there's not someone that's good at absolutely nothing. We all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses, and that is really important because in this world we need a balance. We need people that are good at farming, we need people that are good at engineering, we need people that are good at science, we need people that are good at teaching, we need people that are good at art. Like we need people that are good at all sorts of different things, because otherwise we wouldn't have anything that we have right now. Like just look around. Like I'm looking outside my window, I see plants, I see construction, I see houses, I see trees, I see like stupid pebbles on the ground. Like all these things are only there thanks to people that are good at what they do. Like just think about it, everything that we have is different people being good at different things. And we all have our unique talents and abilities, and we're all different in all sorts of different ways, and we're all here for a reason. And if you ever doubt yourself, or you're feeling upset, or you're feeling like you're not good enough, you're feeling like you're here for no reason, you don't know your purpose, think again. We're all meant to be here for a reason. We are all meant to be here. Our souls chose to be here. You chose to be born into the family you are born in. You chose to be living where you are right now. You chose everything, and you chose to be here right now. And that is special. Like think about that. That is a special thing, and you chose everything you have. And instead of just thinking about all the negatives and thinking that you're not good enough and that you're not good at anything or any of that, focus those thoughts on the things that you are good at. I'm telling you, go out and do them. And I encourage you to think about things that you are into and think about things that you are good at. So say you're good at drawing, I don't know, start off, go to Kmart, go buy a packet of pencils for $2. Start there and then do some sketches, do some drawing. You figure out that you really enjoy it. You know, maybe take that drawing skill and that artistic sort of vibe, I don't know, do something with it. Go make mugs and draw on mugs and go sell them at the market. And then you wouldn't even realize, but you're putting all this energy into something that you really enjoy and something that you love and something that you really love doing. And by putting that energy into that, you are making yourself feel good. And then by, say, making mugs and going to go sell them at the market, and people love them and buy them, and you're making someone else happy by something that you're good at. So it's just like little tiny things like that make you feel so good and confident about yourself that you're good at something, and other people are seeing it as well. So that's just like a tiny example, but I really hope that you guys are sort of catching the drift of where I'm going with this. We're all different, and that's what makes us unique, and if we were all the same, that would be boring, and as I said, we wouldn't have anything. And we are all puzzle pieces together, and it's weird how everyone just sort of connects together, just like that, like a puzzle, and we all connect, and we all like sort of connect and fill each other in different ways, and we're all a whole. And every single person watching this, every single person in this world, if you are watching this right now and you are doubting yourself and you are feeling like shit, then I'm telling you right now, you are a puzzle piece in this huge puzzle that we have going on in this world. And you are meant to be here, you are meant to be in that puzzle, because if you weren't there, there would be a puzzle piece missing. And that is a really important thing that you need to think about, because people always say like, and I've said this before, I'm not gonna lie, I've said this before, I felt like I shouldn't be here, there's no purpose of me being here, no one would care if I was gone, and all this sort of stuff. But you don't know how much of an impact you would make if you weren't here, because that puzzle piece would be missing, and there would be this whole big puzzle with just one piece missing, and that one piece can make a hell of a lot of a difference. You imagine building a puzzle, and if there was just one piece missing, it's a huge thing, it's just not complete. And so if there was just one of us that wasn't here, then the puzzle is just not complete. So just think about that next time you feel like you shouldn't be here, because you should. So now I'm gonna go through some of the questions that you guys asked me, and then I'm just gonna branch off and just like talk about other stuff, I guess. And this is probably gonna be a really long video, so I'm sorry in advance if it is. I'm gonna keep all these anonymous because I don't want anyone to feel embarrassed or, you know, all this stuff, because this is a touchy topic and not everyone likes to talk about it. So I'm gonna keep these completely anonymous. And if you're watching this and you know this is your question, then you know, and everyone else, none of their business. Hey, so someone asked, how can I slowly build up my self-esteem about myself as I'm always self-conscious? Thank you heaps. Okay, how do you slowly build up your self-confidence? As I said before, focus your energy on the things that you are good at. Because if you do the things that you are good at and things that make you happy, you'll feel a lot more confident in what you're doing. Obviously, if you are not into makeup at all and you hate it and you don't like doing it, and then you like doing makeup because you feel like that's what you want to do, and then it looks like shit because you just can't do it because that's not what you're into, you're obviously going to feel self-conscious about it, and you're going to feel shitty about it because it looks like crap. So don't do things that you're not necessarily into. Just focus on the things that you are into and the things that you love, because by doing the things that you love and the things that interest you and the things you know you are good at, you will get back good vibes from it, if you know what I mean. Another thing is stop comparing yourself to other people, and you will slowly start to feel a lot more confident. And this is weird, like everyone says don't compare yourself to other people, don't compare yourself to other people, but it is truly hard. And I know I used to be so self-conscious of myself, and I used to always compare myself to other people. But then one day I just woke up and I was like, wait, like I am me. I can never change who I am. I can never change my face. Like I can if I get plastic surgery, but like I'll never do that. But I am who I am, and I have, you know, things that I love about myself, and I have things that I don't love about myself, and things that I wish were better. But that's me, and there's nothing wrong with that. And once I stopped comparing myself to all these girls that I see on YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff, and just sort of learnt to appreciate the things that I have, like it just made me feel so much more confident about myself. Like obviously we all have things that we don't love about ourselves that much, but that's okay. Just don't focus on those things. Focus on the things that you do like about yourself. Like for example, I love my hair, so whenever I'm feeling like really shitty about myself, then I go and look in front of the mirror and I'm like, wow, like I have really nice hair and it's nice and long, and girls would kill for this hair. And I just sit there and I'm like, you know what, I'm lucky to have hair that I have, and I'm lucky to have blue eyes because people would kill to have blue eyes. And that's like two things that I love about my appearance. So I want you to sit down in front of the mirror and pick out 2 or 3 things that you love about your appearance. Don't focus on the other things that you don't like oh, I've got shitty eyebrows or I've got shitty lips. Who cares about the things that you don't like? Just sit down in front of the mirror and focus on the things that you do like about yourself. And if there are things that you don't like about yourself that can be altered, like say you're not happy about your weight or something like that, then go out and change it. You can do it. The power is in your hands to change things about yourself if they are things that can be changed. Or if you are feeling really, really self-conscious about having tiny lips, go get lip fillers. So what? Who cares what other people think? If that's going to make you confident about yourself, then you do that. But don't think that just because everyone has their lips done, that's what you have to do as well, because it's definitely not. And I know a lot of girls, like when it comes to wearing makeup, a lot of girls are so self-conscious about their features without makeup. Like 80% of girls wouldn't even leave the house without some sort of makeup on. And it just comes to show how we feel like we have to look like we have a Snapchat filter on our faces or an Instagram filter or like all these Photoshop on our face all the time, and we have to look a certain way all the time. We don't have to look like that. And if you walk out of the house and you are self-conscious about your face and you're always like hiding your face and you've got your hair in your face, you're going to attract more attention because people are going to be like, wow, like she looks really self-conscious. She must be really self-conscious. But you know, when I leave the house without makeup on, I don't even wear makeup to work. And then I go to the shops after, I have my hair pulled back. I don't care about my hair. I don't care about my face. Who am I trying to impress? Honestly, I'm not trying to impress anyone else but myself, and I'm happy with the way I look. I don't care if I've got a few pimples or my hair's oily, whatever. I just walk around like, hey, what's up? This is me. Don't like it? Fuck you. Like, who are you trying to impress, guys? And yeah, this is sort of building up that self-confidence. I used to have terrible acne, and I would not leave the house to even go to the supermarket without concealer on. Like, I was shocking, and I was so self-conscious about my pimples. And then one day I kind of realized, I was like, I'm not the only one who has pimples. Like, I was literally at the shops one day and I just saw these people that have skin problems as well, and people that aren't looking that flash, people that have it worse, people that have eye bags because they've obviously haven't had a good night's sleep. And I'm like, wow, like, not everyone looks perfect. Nobody's going to be staring at you because you have a couple of pimples. Like, nobody cares. People have other shit going on in their lives. And you just need to sort of learn to accept, like, this is how I am, like, whatever, like, love me or hate me, I don't care. As long as you are happy with yourself and that you are a good person, then that should really help build that confidence up. And a quote that I really, really like, and I always say it to myself, is the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. It is like the best self-confidence quote that I have ever sort of heard, because it's true. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone at all, because you don't have to be like anyone else. You don't have to be like anyone else. And that's what I hated at school, because you're always compared to everyone else, and you always had to have like, you're always graded by a certain criteria, and everyone was compared to each other. And I just hate that shit, because we're all unique and you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone except for the person you were yesterday. And the reason why I say that is because we're always growing, we're always improving. There's always room to be a better person. So the only person you should be comparing yourself to ever is the person that you were yesterday. And of course, you just want to be growing from that person into being a better person. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. And I know self-confidence is a hard thing, especially if you're really self-conscious about things, but honestly, just screw what people think. Just pick out things that you love about yourself and things that make you happy, and focus all your energy on that. And all the flaws, just tie them up in a bag and just chuck them out the window. Like, who cares about those? Another question is, how do you not let people doubt you and negative comments get to you? This is the same sort of similar thing, and I actually had another question before that was sort of related, so I'm gonna put these two questions together. Okay, the other person said that her boyfriend's family and his twin sister constantly go out of their way to hurt her and make her look like the bad person, and it's really giving her issues. So that's both like people doubting and people being negative. So I want to start off by saying, think about why these people are doubting you and why these people are doing what they are to you and why they are being negative. Throughout school, I went through a shit ton of bullying. I was bullied for many reasons. I was always different, and I always was one for my own, and I didn't like to associate with groups that I wasn't comfortable with, and I was bullied for that. And I was bullied for being different and not wanting to be like everyone else. And the more that I look back, the more I realize is every single person that's ever bullied me, or I've ever seen anyone bully anyone else, it is all from them being insecure. The only reason people are being mean to you or bullying you or bringing you down is because they are insecure about themselves. Every single time, 100% every time that I have been bullied, it was because of that reason. And I've seen other people get bullied because of that reason. Because bullies are people that are really insecure and self-conscious of themselves. And if you are watching this and you are a bully, shame on you, because that is not a way to bring yourself up. People like that just make me sick, because look, I'm going to chuck out another quote your way, and this is like my favorite quote when it comes to bringing people down, and that is, blowing out someone else's candle does not make yours shine any brighter. Pretty much, bringing down other people does not make you higher. It does not make you a better person by bringing other people down. So many girls, and probably boys do this as well, they feel insecure about themselves, they're jealous, they just feel shitty about themselves, so they feel like they need to bring that person down so that they can feel better and they can feel like they're higher on top. And that is why these people are being negative and bringing you down. And the best way to go about this is to find out why they are doing what they are doing, because there is always a reason. They've either got family issues, they've got issues at school or work, they've got issues with themselves, their body image, the way they're acting, the way they're feeling. It's always got something to do with that. And it's always a good idea if, for example, this girl with her boyfriend's family, it's always a good idea to sort of try to connect to them in a different way, instead of just like trying to distance yourself because you think, oh, they don't like me, like they're always trying to bring me down. Try to look at things a different way. If I were you, I would sort of try to go to your boyfriend's sister and try to create like a different relationship with her. Sort of try to figure out what it is that is bothering her and why she feels the need to bring you down. Is it because there's something that you're doing that she wishes she could do? Is it because she's jealous of you or something? Is it because she is insecure about herself, or she's having problems, or she's struggling at school or work? There's always going to be something there, and it's always good to try to create an opposite sort of vibe here. So instead of distancing yourself and being like, okay, you know, this person doesn't like me, I'm not going to have anything to do with them. Instead of that, try to do the opposite and try to be their friend, try to talk to them, try to get them to open up to you. And then I think soon you'll realize, I've had this experience before with a girl that was also a sister of someone that I knew, and she always just had a problem with me. I don't know what it was, but like she knew that I was never nasty to her, and she knew I was a nice person, but she just always seemed to have like a problem with me, and there was always something there. And then one time, like, she was really upset about things and she had no one to talk to, and then there I was, and I was helping her through this situation, and I was there for her, and I was really helping her go through this really hard time, and then I was always there to talk to, and she knew she could always rely on me. And all of a sudden the tables just turned. Like, all of a sudden she's like, wow, like, ended up being so lovely to me out of nowhere, and we ended up being really close. And it's just strange how that just turned around. Like, normally if someone's just like always got a problem with me and is always like half bitchy at me, and they've got a problem, like normally I'd be like, oh, piss off, like deal with the problem myself. But I reached out to her and I said, hey, like, do you want to talk about this? Something like this has happened to me before. I know how you feel. Do you want to talk to me about it? And she ended up doing that, and we ended up, you know, turning the table. And then she stopped with like the whole bringing me down and being mean to me all the time, and you know, just being all bitchy and jealous. And it's weird how things like that happen. So try to, you know, do the opposite to what you normally do, and try to figure out why this person is doing what they're doing, because there's always a reason why, and it's always coming from them. It's not usually ever what you're doing. Sometimes I will meet people, you know, do stupid shit, and then they obviously get hate for it, but a lot of the time it's actually the person that is bullying you. It's actually just coming from them, from within, and it's usually something that they can't deal with, so they're taking it out on you. And when it comes to not letting it get to you, as I said before, you just need to know where you stand and feel good about yourself. I occasionally get these girls that try to pick a fight and try to just be bitchy and cause drama for no reason at all. And it's like, I just sit back and think like, why would I go along with this? Like, I am better than this. I'm not a mean person, and I always respond in a nice, mature way because that's just the type of person that I am. And they end up just leaving me alone because they're like, oh, this girl's not worth it. She's not going to start any drama. Let's just move on to someone else. But like, just the fact that because I respond in such a nice, mature way, I feel good about myself, and I have that peace within myself to sit down and be like, you know what? I really don't care what these girls think of me because I know I'm a good person. I know I didn't hurt anyone. I know I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just doing what's best for me and what makes me happy. And that makes me feel good as a person, and that's how I overcome it. I don't let negative comments by people that mean nothing to me get to me, and you shouldn't either. And at the end of the day, the best way to deal with it is just ignore it and just sit down and think, hey, this girl might be calling me a bitch and she might be calling me stuck up, but hey, I know I'm not a bitch. I know I'm not stuck up. I've got so many friends and family that love me. I love myself and I'm happy with who I am, and I've got that peace knowing that I'm nothing but a nice person. So why would I care what she thinks? You know what I'm saying? So that is honestly the best way to deal with that stuff, and just ignore it. Because these people that are going to be talking shit to you and they're going to be trying to pick a fight and all this stuff, you can't feed the tiger, because then it's just going to come in for more. You just can't. And people who react to that sort of stuff are stupid because you're really just bringing it on yourself. Just ignore it. Just be nice. Ignore it. Focus with your life. Just block that shit out, because those people are just going to keep coming back if you're feeding them with reaction. The best way to get rid of this shit is just don't react. Don't react. Focus on yourself. Focus on who you know are your good friends and your good family and people who are supportive of you. And trust me, all this stuff won't matter at all. And the main thing is that you feel good inside about yourself and you know that you're a good person. Okay, I've got another question here. When you're going through a hard time, what are some things that you do always to deal with overcoming a hard time? This is a good question, and I'm probably going to be blabbing about this for ages because I've got a lot of dot points here that relate to this question. The number one thing that I do when I'm going through a hard time is, as hard as it is, I try to keep positive. I try to see the positives in life. Sometimes this sucks, but I always try to see the good things in people, and I always try to see the good things in life, even in the worst situations. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I just need like my mum to sort of be like, excuse me, remember, you just need a little nudge sometimes. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like there are so many things to be happy about because there are so many amazing things in this life. But keeping busy and keeping positive is my number one coping mechanism. As you guys know, I have gone through a bit of a tough time in the last few months, and as you all know after watching my Q&A, I went through a really long and sad time. Like, I broke up with my partner that I was with for nearly 3 years. That is a really long time, and it's something that definitely takes a long time to get over. And you know, people always say like the best way to get over a relationship is to go out and have fun with your friends and all this stuff and move on. No way. That is not how to deal with it. Because yeah, it might feel good at the time when you're out having fun with your friends and getting it on with other guys. It might feel good at the time, but you're just gonna come home at the end of the day and you're just gonna be depressed. And I know that's how a lot of people deal with it. And then it takes time. Everything takes time. But my number one coping mechanism when anything goes pear-shaped or when I'm going through a shitty time, and especially over the last few months, is keep busy. I keep myself so busy that I don't even have time to sit down and think about things that are going wrong. That's like the number one thing that got me through all the shitty times in life. And like, especially now, the last few months, I have been so motivated and working towards my brand every single day, and every weekend I have dedicated like my whole weekend to my brand, and it's finally like happening, and it's so close to coming out, and it's like watching everything come together and just watching all this hard work coming into something, and it's like, whoa, like I've actually done this. Like it's crazy. And just keeping busy and busy and busy, and then just, you know, laying in bed at the end of the day like exhausted and thinking about all the things that you have achieved is honestly the best feeling. And I think this is why a lot of people tend to, this is going back to that self-doubt type of thing, because people sit down and be bored, and when you're bored you start thinking about things, and you start overthinking about things, and then you start thinking about things that you wish you could do, or things that aren't good enough, and you're not good enough, and all this stuff. And this is all because you're not keeping busy, because you actually have time to sit down and be bored and think about all these shitty things. And that is like the number one key to being happy, is just keep yourself busy. For me it is anyway. I'm never bored. I never have a moment where I sit down and I'm like, oh, I'm so bored. Like I haven't been bored in so long, months I haven't been bored. And it is a great feeling, and I'm happy, and I'm always like, there's rarely been a time in the last few weeks that I've sat down and been upset about something, because I just don't have time to. I don't have time to sit down and be depressed about something that is just like an overthinking in my head anyway. It's not even a big deal. It's just like an overthought scenario in my head. And you know, changing your attitude about things is always the best remedy. Just change your attitude about things and keep busy. I know I've said it, you're probably sick of me being like, keep busy, keep busy. Because some people don't like that. Some people like to just chill out, and that's okay. But if you are going through shitty times, and you are going through things like you're laying in bed and being depressed and you don't know how to deal with it, my number one piece of advice for you is get up. Get up right now. Like stop this video if you need to. Get up right now and go do something that you enjoy. Go out and do something that you enjoy. Do something with yourself, make something of yourself. Don't sit there and think about how shitty things are, because if you're out doing stuff and you're making yourself feel happy, you don't have time to think about these shitty things. And life is short. Life is really short. I feel like people think that we have all this time, and you know, think about all the time that we spend sitting on the couch watching TV, or you know, on our phones just like surfing our Instagram feed for no reason. And that is so much wasted time when we are in the best years of our life. We are young, we can do anything. Like this world is like full of opportunities, like literally the sky's the limit. If you set your mind to something, you can go out and do it. And 90% of the time, it is possible. You can literally do anything you set your mind to. And this life is so short, and soon, like literally in a blink of an eye, you will be married, you will have a family, and you won't be able to do all these things that you could have done when you were younger. And trust me, I see this in my own home. I've got a younger brother and sister that you all would have seen a million times on Snapchat and whatever. I've seen them grow up and from being babies, and I see how much my parents' life has changed. And to see that has really made me think like, wow, life is short. Like I have so many things I need to do before I have kids. And I think people don't realize once you get married and have kids and start this whole new life, your life will never be the same again. Obviously, your life will still be amazing, and you have these little humans that you have to take care of, and there's a new chapter in your life. But you can say bye-bye to the other chapter. Like you can say bye-bye to everything that you could have done when you were young, and you will regret it. I talk to my mum all the time, and there's so many things she wishes she could have done before having kids. And she would love to have gone and studied and done all this stuff and worked different jobs and traveled the world and whatever. And there's all this stuff that she wishes she could have done, but she didn't. And I think we all need to realize that, yeah, life is short. And yeah, we might be young, but people use that excuse all the time. They're like, oh, I'm young, like whatever. I still got time. I'll figure it out in a few years. Time is ticking, time is ticking. Soon you'll find yourself covered in baby shit, sitting there for like 10 seconds of silence and being like, oh my God, silence. And you'll appreciate that. This is like a really good, I'm throwing all these quotes at you today because they just keep coming to my head, but this is another really good one. What can be done today, don't leave it for tomorrow. It's like a really motivational sort of thing. Like whenever I need to motivate myself to do something and I'm just like feeling, I'm like, like I don't want to do this today, I don't want to edit this video, I don't want to go there, I don't want to sort this out. And then I think, wait, can I do it right now? Do I have time to do it right now? Is it possible to do it today? If the answer is yes, then I'll do it. I'll just get off my ass and do it. Because then that leaves time for tomorrow where I can do other things. And if I didn't do it today and I just sat around and did nothing, and then I did it tomorrow, and then I probably didn't even do it tomorrow because I'd be like, oh, I'll do it another day, then it never gets done. And then you just keep wasting time when you could have just made time for other things. So if it can be done today, don't leave it for tomorrow. Keep yourself busy. But yeah, changing your attitude about things is a huge thing when it comes to confidence and loving yourself. Instead of, sitting in bed or looking at yourself in the mirror and just being sad and just thinking about all the stuff that you don't like about yourself, turn that around and look at the things you love about yourself. And instead of sitting there sulking about all these things that went wrong, think about, okay, everything happens for a reason. We all know that, right? Well, I hope you all know that. Just think about all the tough times you have ever gone through, like all the shitty times that you literally thought that you could never get out of. Because I know I've gone through so many of them, and I look back now and I'm like, that was a really, really hard time. And I think that was horrible. Like, I don't wish that upon anyone. And sometimes I just think, and I'm like, I literally thought I was never going to get out of that hole. I literally dug a hole so deep when I think this was probably when I was like 14, 15-ish. I dug a hole so deep that I literally thought I was never going to get out of it. And I just think back at those dark times and I'm like, wow, like I'm so happy that these things happened to me because I have become such a stronger person. Now things do not affect, like these tiny little things that affect other people, they do not affect me. I know how to protect myself, I know how to fight for myself. I don't get hurt as easily. I am such a mature person for my age. People always tell me like, wow, you don't really act your age, do you? I'm like, no, because of all this stuff that has happened to me, I have learned from it and I have learned to be a stronger, more mature, good person. And in a way, I'm thankful that all these things that have happened to me, and now I can use these experiences to help all of you guys. And that's honestly the best feeling in the world. And in a way, I'm like thankful that these things have happened to me and that I did go through all these shit times. So instead of sitting there and thinking about all these tough times that you've had and all these things that have gone wrong, just think, okay, all this has happened for a reason, because if this hadn't have happened, something else may not have happened. If that door did not shut, then the other door would not have opened for me. Take it as a learning curve. Take everything you do as a lesson, everything as a growing experience. And if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And I am a strong, strong believer in that. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Honestly, so true. All the shit that happens to you just makes you stronger. And literally, if it doesn't kill you, even if you are on your deathbed and it doesn't kill you, it definitely makes you stronger. So just, change the way you are thinking about everything. Instead of being negative and feeling sorry for yourself and feeling like you're not good enough and all this stuff, focus on the positives. Focus on the fact that you are a strong person and that you are a good person and that you are here for a reason and that you are a puzzle piece in this whole big puzzle that we have going on in this world. And don't avoid obstacles. Things are going to come at you at life. Learn to fight them. Seriously. Things are going to keep coming your way, things that you're unsure of, and you're like, whoa, wait, like, there's so many times things have come at me, and really only recently, like over the last few months, I have learned to sort of take things in as they're coming. Like, I'm like, I don't really like what's happening, but okay, just come at me and I'm just going to fight it and I'm going to get through it. If you're going to keep pushing it aside and avoiding it, it's never going to fully leave. Just remember that you cannot avoid a problem, you cannot avoid a shitty situation, because it's just going to keep coming at you and it's going to keep haunting you. And the amount of times I've tried to avoid obstacles, they've always come back and haunted me until I'm like, okay, I'm just going to face this, I'm just going to get through it, I'm just going to do it. And I'm still alive, aren't I? I'm still here, I'm happy and I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm still here. I didn't die, did I? So yeah, I just want to, this video is, oh my god, this is going to go for so long. It's probably going to go for an hour. I've been talking for an hour, literally. I just want to, yeah, end this video by saying it's okay to be different. Not everyone was born to be the same. We were all born to be different. We all have flaws. We all have weaknesses. We're not all perfect. We are all beautiful and unique in our own way. You are beautiful in your own way. You don't need to bring other people down to make yourself feel better. If you do that, then you are a sad, sad soul. But I don't hate you for it. If that's the way you do things, please just sit down and think about what you're doing and try some of these strategies to make yourself feel better about yourself, because we are all human and we are all a team. And there's so much competition around and everyone's just trying to bring each other down and try to be better than one another. We are like one big family. We are all here on this planet as humans. We're meant to be helping each other. We're meant to be supporting each other. Us women, we're meant to be uplifting each other, making other people feel good about themselves. You know, those people that go out of their way to compliment one another, good on you. Those people that are there for their friends and family and are a shoulder to cry on and are there for someone to talk to, good on you. I'm so proud of you people that are actually like that. Surround yourself in positive, uplifting people. Now, I don't mean friends that are going to comment on all your pics and be like, wow girl, you look so hot, you slay. Those are not the type of people that I'm talking about. Surround yourself in the type of people that uplift you in your dreams and uplift you in what you're doing and make you a better person. Those are the type of people that you should be surrounding yourself with. And if you are surrounded by people that aren't like that and they're just bringing you down and making you feel like shit about what you want to do, just remove them from your life. Just honestly, you'll be so much happier. You don't need negativity at all in your life. Remove anyone that's toxic in your life and you will realize how much better you will feel about yourself. If you're surrounded by people that are bringing you down, of course you're going to feel shit about yourself. So just remove those toxic people, even if it means being alone. It's so much better to be alone and happy and confident within yourself and be glowing, rather than being surrounded by 100 friends that all bring you down and make you feel like shit about yourself. So yeah, look after yourselves, guys. Look after your health. Your health is your #1 priority. Eat well. I can't stress about this enough. Please just watch what you eat. Trust me, being healthy makes you so much more happier. Exercise is of course important as well, but if you are not eating healthy, then you can't exercise because you feel like shit and you have no energy. So just be healthy, be happy, surround yourself in happy people, have positive vibes, like look up positive quotes. I actually have a quote of the week board here. And every week I change up this board into like a quote that I find online. So at the moment it says, even the smallest actions are a step in the right direction. And I hang this up in my little workspace here and I look at it every day. And it's just so uplifting, and every morning I look at it, I'm like, yes, like today I'm going to kick some goals, I'm going to get that tiny step closer to where I want to be. And I've got a vision board up in my room where I've written down all these goals that I have and all these things that I want to achieve. And I don't write on there like, oh, I want to be rich, oh, I want to be happy, I want this, I want that. I write, I am happy. I write, go to the gym. I write on there, I'm going to be successful. You know, I write all my goals on there and all these things that I want to achieve, and I write that they're going to happen, and I wake up and I look at my vision board every day and I'm like, today is going to be a good day. Instead of laying in bed all day and just going back to sleep and dreaming about these things that you want to happen, get up and chase those dreams, make them a reality. And every morning, even though I struggle to wake up in the morning and I'm really not a morning person, I get up in the morning, and once I sort of like, you know, wake up, once I've had my coffee and stuff, then I just get into this mood where like, I'm like, you know what, today I'm gonna do this and this and this, and I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna treat myself. I need to stop touching my hair, I'm sorry. And I'm just gonna live my life how I wanna live it, and I'm gonna feel good about myself, and I'm gonna feel confident in my own skin. And if someone doesn't like me or doesn't like what I do, then you know what I say? Fuck you. I don't care what anyone else thinks, and you guys should too. There is no better feeling than being happy within yourself, because you don't need other people to make you happy. You just need to be happy within yourself and be confident within yourself and love yourself. Loving yourself does not make you stuck up. Loving yourself does not make you arrogant. Please remember that, because people seem to get those two things confused. They're like, wow, she's too confident. She loves herself way too much. She's so stuck up. Like, no. There's a huge difference between being confident and genuinely loving who you are inside and out. But yeah, I really hope this video helped you guys in any sort of way possible, or if you just enjoyed watching. I definitely know what it's like to feel insecure and not confident and depressed and just upset and going through a shitty time. I totally can relate to what that feels like, but I got over it all by myself, and if I can get over it, all of you can as well. It's really not hard. You just really need to focus on yourself and just get out into the world, explore and make yourself happy. The only person that can make yourself happy at the end of the day is you. So I just wanted to, leave that message there for you. Thank you to everyone who sent in your questions. I hope they were answered well enough, even though I spent like 20 minutes answering each question. Let me know if you would like to see another video like this, maybe on a different topic. I would love to sort of explore different topics. I really want to do one focused on like bullying and that sort of stuff, and of course depression and anxiety. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see any more of these kind of videos. You know, I'm always here for you guys. Whenever you need someone to talk to, I'm always here. I just really want to help you guys, and I don't wish these shitty times upon everyone. I just want everyone to love each other and just uplift each other, and you're all beautiful, you're all unique. I may not know all of you. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope if you were in a bit of a down mood, I hope you are in a better mood now after watching this. I hope I cheered you up or gave you some ways that you could maybe work on helping cheer yourself up. These videos always get me like feeling some type of way. I just want to hug everyone. Like, I just want to give everyone a big hug. It just sucks that people need to feel this way, and people, you know, need to feel self-conscious and not confident and feel like they're not good enough. Don't compare yourself to the online world. It's not something that you should be comparing yourself to. It's not real life. It's fake. Everything is fake. All the stuff that you see is fake. Because I might sit down and film a makeup tutorial and act all happy and all this sort of stuff, when really I've just been crying all day and all night and I've been in a shitty mood. Like, you wouldn't even know, because I'm sitting here acting like I'm happy. I'm posting selfies on Instagram like, oh my god, I'm having such a great time. Which, you know, I totally know that half of the time that is bullshit. But yeah, but I am like a genuinely happy person, and I'm happy with myself, and I know that I'm achieving things, and I'm proud of myself. And there is nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves and all the things that you are achieving in life. I'm sure so many of you are working so hard at the moment, trying to make something of yourselves, trying to be better people. And I applaud you, and I wish you all nothing but the best. I'm sending nothing but love your way. Like, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is. I just love you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm rambling now, so yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.